Fahrenheit 451, written by Ray Bradbury and published in 1953, is a powerful dystopian novel that explores a future society where books are banned, critical thinking is suppressed, and people are controlled through shallow entertainment and instant gratification. Bradbury wrote this cautionary tale during the era of McCarthyism and post-war anxieties, reflecting on censorship, mass media, and the dangers of an intellectually stagnant society. The title refers to the temperature at which book paper supposedly burns, 451 degrees Fahrenheit. In this world, firemen are no longer tasked with putting out fires, but rather with starting them, specifically to destroy books and any trace of subversive thought. The novel's protagonist, Guy Montag, is one such fireman. At first, he is content in his role, enjoying the status it brings and unquestioning of the world around him. But everything begins to unravel when he meets Clarice McClellan, a 17-year-old girl who is curious, reflective, and unafraid to question society. Clarice introduces Montag to a different way of seeing the world, one of observation, conversation, and introspection. Her presence is a spark that ignites doubt in Montag's mind. When she mysteriously disappears, likely silenced by the state, Montag is shaken. Soon after, he witnesses an old woman choosing to die with her books in a fire rather than live in a world without them. These experiences deeply disturb him, pushing him toward an existential crisis. Montag becomes increasingly alienated from his wife, Mildred, who embodies the shallow consumerist society around them. She is absorbed by her parlor walls, giant TV screens, and numbs herself with sleeping pills. Their marriage is hollow and devoid of genuine emotion. Montag realizes he doesn't truly know her, or himself. In desperation, he begins to steal and hide books, seeking answers. He eventually contacts Faber, a retired English professor who represents the lost world of literature and intellectual freedom. Faber helps Montag understand the importance of books, not just the words, but the critical thought and human experience they represent. Together, they devise a plan to undermine the system by secretly reproducing and distributing books. Faber equips Montag with a small earpiece to guide him, becoming a voice of reason in his head. Montag's rebellion doesn't go unnoticed. His fire chief, Captain Beatty, who paradoxically knows a great deal about literature, becomes suspicious. Beatty represents the cynical intellectual who uses knowledge not to liberate, but to manipulate. After Montag is forced to burn his own home, betrayed by Mildred, he turns the flamethrower on Beatty and becomes a fugitive. Hunted by a mechanical hound and the eyes of a surveillance state, Montag escapes the city. He follows old railroad tracks to the countryside, where he encounters a group of book lovers, intellectual drifters who have each memorized entire books to preserve them. They live in hiding, waiting for society to collapse and rebuild, hoping to one day reintroduce knowledge and wisdom to a healed world. As war breaks out, the city Montag fled is destroyed in a massive bombing. In the aftermath, Montag and the others begin their journey back, like a new generation of keepers of human memory. Bradbury leaves readers with the hope that knowledge, though burned and buried, will eventually rise again, like a phoenix from the ashes. Fahrenheit 451 is more than a story about censorship. It's a warning against apathy, anti-intellectualism, and the seductive power of media that distracts rather than enlightens. Bradbury foresaw a world not just where books were outlawed, but where people no longer wanted to read. In his vision, oppression succeeds not only through force, but through disinterest and pleasure. The society in Fahrenheit 451 is addicted to speed, noise, and superficiality. People are constantly bombarded with meaningless media, unable to think deeply or engage with reality. Bradbury criticizes not only the authoritarian government, but also the passive public that allows such control to take root. His critique extends beyond censorship to a culture that prefers comfort over truth, distraction over reflection. Montag's journey is ultimately one of transformation. from blind enforcer to awakened seeker of truth. His story challenges readers to question their own relationship with knowledge, technology, and freedom. In a world of endless noise and instant content, Fahrenheit 451 remains an urgent reminder of the value of books, the necessity of critical thinking, and the danger of choosing comfort over consciousness. If you've never read Fahrenheit 451, or it has been a while, now is the perfect moment to dive into this modern classic. There's a link in the description where you can get the book at a promotional price. Don't miss your chance to own a story that still burns with relevance and sparks reflection in every generation.